Mobility Solutions for Organizations and Employees by Ayvens. And to do so, I request Mr. Seshadri Varanasi, Senior Vice President, Sales for South Ayvens, to please come upon. Yes, sir, you're already here. Thank you so much. Please give him a very big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Seshadri Varanasi, he has built a dynamic career reflecting pioneering experience in partnering closely with business unit senior leadership to deliver on the strategy and roadmap for business transformation and improvement of product outcomes. He possesses extensive experience in producing detailed functional and information requirement models and documentation, and directing and coordinating activities concerned with the implementation and carrying out objective or strategic programs. A very big round of applause for Mr. Seshadri, everyone.
Hello, am I audible now? Yeah, all right. So I will not say hello again, because I've told 10 times now. Yeah, all right. So, well, so much of motivation here. Yeah, I mean, I would say that was just complimenting the previous panel of people here. So HRs invariably are also motivated speakers. I mean, madam spoke so well about so many things. Belongingness is the key factor, right? So, well, I also need a big round of applause. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I picked up the skill right from, I mean, I just missed his name, so yeah, he was, sorry, yeah. Okay, so I am Seshadri Varanasi, you must have seen it, although I am not from Varanasi though, I belong to the Andhra Pradesh region. Yeah, so I am from Ayvens. Anybody heard of Ayvens here? Ayvens India? No, okay. Anybody heard of Lease Plan India? Yeah, that's right. Anybody heard of ALD Automotive? Yeah, exactly. It's a good market share. So 3 versus 2. Yeah, good. So, what is Ayvens? The merger of ALD and Lease Plan has become Ayvens. Yeah, so that's why most of you haven't heard Ayvens. This has happened just a few months ago, right? ALD Automotive, erstwhile is to belong, even still now belongs to Society General Bank. I'm sure SocGen is a very well-known bank, right? It's a global bank. And then Lease Plan was also so. And then invariably over a few decades, or I would say a era kind of time, both of them have got together and we have become the world's largest mobility solutions or operating car lease company. Our primary core activity is leasing car to corporates like you, right? And in my view, I would say one of the, I mean, we've all spoken so much about talent. Attracting talent is one challenge, and if they come in, and retaining them is another challenge, right? So that's where I feel one of the most important attraction points or retention tools that you could have is car lease. Now cars are, after homes, the second most exciting thing for any one of us is cars. We would like to have good cars, and if there are a few more benefits added with these car lease program, like there would not be a down payment, like there would not be much of hassles going around trying to select which is the best car to go for, which is the best color, the dealer, maintenance, insurance, and fuel, driver, anything and everything. If everything is consolidated in one just mobile app and then you opt for it and go on with it, I think operating lease does that. The car lease policy does that, right? So I'll just get on to my presentation. Right, so this is where we are. So Ayvens, that way, is one of the most leading car leasing organizations in the world. And then I just told about the acquisition of ALD. I'll just run a few slides quickly, and I'll spend a little more time on slides which are required. Right. So we have about 15,700 employees across 42 countries. We are a global player, a largest global player with about 42 countries with 3.4 million vehicles on the road, global road. So Lease Plan was 1.8 million, we were 1.7 million, and together today we are approximately about 3.4 million and counting strongly, right? So in India, yeah, if I have to say Lease Plan and ALD separately, we were present in India since more than 20 years together. But of course, Ayvens The new brand just started 3 months ago. So we've put in together our net fleet on the road in Indian roads is about 45,000 vehicles. So as I speak to you, we are 45,000 vehicles on the Indian roads and counting, about roughly 1,000 vehicles to 1,200 vehicles a month. We add about 14,000 vehicles a month from all corporates like yours in India, across the sectors, across the industries, across the people. Okay, so we are part of Society General. I've told you that, and then we have about more than together. We would say we have more than about 5,000 to 6,000 employees, but 1,800 is I would say the large corporates who come from the business-wise. They're much bigger than others. So these are a few parameters which I can spend time. So we have the digital. Obviously, technology is the first thing. It's like a glass of water. For any kind of food you eat or drink, you need water. So technology is become that very necessary, right? So we have the best of the tools, tech tools, where people can sit down and choose their cars, choose the rentals, estimate it or compare it with the other modes of buying the car, and feel happy that you've chosen and you had a chance to choose the car lease and get on with it. Our headquarters is in Bombay, and yeah, we operate in more than 7 large cities, but we are delivering cars or having delivery locations of more than 6,000 locations in India. So we've been delivering cars. Yeah. So this is where we are. On the bar graph here you see versus the locations where we are. So currently this is where we are. I don't want to boast too much about myself. Yeah. So who we are, I would just like to play a video and it's just a minute video. Maybe you'll have to minimize it and then play it. Okay, don't take more than 3 seconds. If it doesn't work, move on. Okay, move on. Yeah, maybe we can do it later. You can move on. Next slide. All right, so this is where it is. So it's, now I will have to talk a little more on this. Now when operating lease was launched earlier, I would say a decade ago, the vehicles were registered in the name of the company. It was called as an operating lease, and then you would give it to the senior most people in the organization. The primary reason is, although we don't want to use that as a USP, that's not the value that we add, is the tax benefit. Right? So the entire car lease rentals, for how, as per the slabs or as per the policies that you have internally, whatever the best of the lease rentals that an employee can get for a next car is reduced from his CTC, and then the tax slabs gets added. But the value is something different. We want to sell car lease policy as, I would say, as more of a mobility solution rather than a tax benefit. But tax benefit is, by the way, that's because of the law, because of the accounting standards that you have, you get it. So corporates wanted 2 things to happen to the car policy. One, cars are the most depreciating assets. No CFO would like to have cars on their balance sheet because that's not your core assets. So they say, okay, you can launch a car policy, but make sure you don't get it on the books. One. Second, then the employees would say, if there is a benefit, there is also a bank loan available, so why should I come to you? Then the law says, whatever the rentals that you fix, that's why we call it rentals. We don't call it EMI. We call it rentals because any rentals is an expense. So you expense it out in your balance sheet, so therefore you can get your tax benefits. So lower the income, lower the taxes. That's the whole concept. So you lower the employee's salary, and therefore he has a lower tax slab. So that's the equation, right? That's how it is. Okay, this is one part which we have answered. Now what's the second part? When you buy a car, you need to insure it, you need to maintain it, right? And you also see if you can have to fuel it and drive it as well. Okay, now this maintenance and insurance is also part of the rentals. We will not give a car without insurance for the entire tenure. Now what's beauty for insurance? On a conventional method, if you go buy a car from car loan and then you insure it, and then some damages here and there, we have all the gifts that we get from our traffic congestion. You end up repairing it, and let's say if a cost of the repair is about, let's say, 25,000 rupees, insurance always gives you about 20,000 rupees, about 60-70% is what is covered. The remaining is a surprise to your pocket. Now then, for that reason, you end up postponing the damage repair. Arey, chota hai, chhod do, we'll see, we can do it later. But when it comes to Ayvens, it doesn't work that way. Whatever the difference between the garage bill and the insurance covered value is taken care by Ayvens. We pay for it, irrespective, unless the claim is legally approved, obviously, which is the case, but otherwise it's all taken care by us. So for an employee, it's hassle-free. This is one of the most exciting part, because you take a brand new car out, you run with a risk. Pata nahi kaun aake thokega, kya hoga. A small damage here and there, the whole part has to be replaced. So this is one of the biggest USP. It's been a very big thing when it comes to the operational part. So we take care of this. Second part is maintenance. Now, the entire maintenance of the car, scheduled, unscheduled, there is a battery off, there is a tire cut, we have to change the tires, there is an unexpected repair that comes to the car, everything is borne by Ayvens. All that your employees have to do, or you have to do, is just focus on the rentals that has to be done. That is, except for the government taxation which changes up and down GST, which is not in our control, but otherwise the rest of the things is all fixed with us. And that's what comes out of your salary and so on and so forth. Now for this, mandatorily there is no down payment. So you don't have to really bother. The minute you select a car, you go to a showroom, he will say you have to make a down payment of, let's say, 4 or 5 lakhs. Then your botheration is either to sell the current car or maybe break some savings because you need a car. But that is not there with us. Mandatorily, there is no down payment because lease is a financial transaction where the asset actually financially doesn't belong to you. It belongs to Ayvens because it is reflecting in our balance sheet. So that is the crux of it. That's the USP of it. So what happens to your employees? They just sit and dream of their cars. Of course, there is a family pressure to buy X car, X color from this one. So you just have to decide on that. You can sit and shop whenever you want along with your family for the car. You just have to submit in the court. It comes to the maker, checker, approver in your organization. They check. It comes to us. We deliver the car. No financial transactions to begin with at all. The first rental will start hitting your payroll only when the car is delivered. Look at the features. I mean, do you all like it until here? How excited you think you can do this for your employees? Right? So that's the thing. So this is the perk. Now, to whom all you can give, what all you can see, the formula, the foundation is operating lease, whatever I told you. Now it can be a perk to the set of your employees, to senior most employees. You want to give a car, a high-end car for over and above the CTC, yeah, it's the same formula. If you want to give a car policy to the thousands of your employees who are eligible for the car lease, who are talent retention as such, we can do that. You are organization who have, let's say, the organization is such an organization that the industry demands that you need to have a dedicated sales team, a dedicated service team, because that's the nature of your business. You need to provide them with solution. Medical representatives, you need to provide them with mobility because they have to keep hopping from place to place all the while. So, and then if possible, you need to track them to make sure they've gone at this place. You need to also make sure that they don't go out of the the geographical area, that for unwanted reasons they go out for where they're not supposed to go. You can track all these things. So you need solutions. All this, actually, the foundation is operating lease, whatever I told you. It is for you to decide how to bifurcate this. You can have all these kind of policies. In fact, as a matter of fact, we are also working with, we are a constant partner with Amazon, and we are also working with Flipkart. So if you see a four-wheeler Tata Ace or some kind of a vehicle that is coming to your doorstep to deliver this item, those vehicles are also leased by us to one segment. Right? So all these mobility solutions are provided by Ayvens, and I'm sure you all can pick us as and when you need. Our team is here, they can talk to you, and we can get on to the next set of discussions. Right, so what exactly is operating lease? Okay, I'll try and put it as simple as possible. So today, traditionally if you own a car, you go to a bank, and you will say, okay, I'll buy this car. This is my affordability, or maybe this is my budget. I will not say affordability, this is my budget for a car. This is the EMI, this is the down payment, and I need to buy insurance, maintenance, whatever happens post that. And then you will plan, acha, iska resale value acha hoga, so Maruti is good. So I will get about 50% back after 4 years. I sell this, I get the money back, and I will upgrade my car. Now, what if I tell you that I have a solution that I will assume the risk of the resale value. I will say, okay, you decided on the Maruti car. You said you will get about 50%. I will say, sir, I am a little more expert than you. Although you have bought a few cars and then you have a few market things, but then we have made a big research. Maruti cars actually gives you, I'm just taking Maruti as an example though, takes about 65% resale value. Sir, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure about it, and I'll also give you one more promise that I will not charge you 65% upfront. If 100 rupees is the car and 65 rupees is my expected resale value, which I'm going to take the risk on, even if it falls down, it's my bad. If it goes up, it's my profit though. So 65 rupees is the resale value. What am I going to do to you? I'm going to charge you only 100 rupees minus 65 rupees. 35 rupees is what I'm going to collect from you over a period of 3 or 4 or 5 years, maybe 3 years. If it's 4 years, it might be 40 rupees. If it's 5 years, it might be 45 rupees. So it increases, right? So because age of the car also. Look at this. So this is the beauty of it. So what happens now? For the budget that you have, invariably, instead of selecting a next car which you have done, you will be tempted to go to a next bigger car. You will try and drive a better car for the same budget that you have. Had it been a bank loan traditionally, you would have had to stick on to whatever your plans are. So that's how people do. Now, obviously, this is not there for the entire world. It's only there for the niche people. It's a very niche market. It's only for selected corporates, maybe to all of you here. We also have private lease. This formula can even run with the private lease, where people who are too junior in an organization but need the financial support, the same formula can be applied to them. The only thing which they would not get is the tax benefit, because they're yet to get into that car policy. They're yet to age in that organization. They have to retain themselves in an organization. They have to belong in an organization to get into this kind of a car lease policy. So this is the beauty of it. So this is where the operating lease. So the benefit of the resale value is given back to you upfront. You don't have to wait till 4 years or 3 years to get that resale value back. But then the risk what I am taking, now what happens, you can say what happens, Seshadri, if the value comes down, you said 65, but if it comes down to 40, 45, 30, because the car is outdated, I mean there's a change, there's a new model that's coming in, there's a new technology, it's the loss. The risk and the rewards pertaining to the asset, the risk is the loss in the resale value, reward is the profit in the resale value, has to be retained with the leasing company. Only such transaction is classified as an operating lease. This is an accounting standards. It's not my USP, but it's an accounting standard. So I pass that back to you. Now, what is happening? You are getting the benefit of the car lease, the resale value upfront. You're getting the tax benefit. There is no down payment, insurance, maintenance, everything is optimizedly budgeted and it is fixed in the rentals. And the whole chunk you get the resale value out. Insurance is taken care very well. Renewal is automatic. Any surprise cost is automatic. Everything is there in the budget. You just have to pay and drive. Now, additionally, because it is a company car lease policy, it's a company car lease policy, you also have to take care of the driver and fuel to the extent of distance that they drive from home to office. As per the tax laws, our operating car lease comes under the category of partially home, partially personal. I mean, partially personal, partially official. So you also have to have driver. So what the market practice is, you will fix a slab for the fuel and driver. That's also given to you, reduced from your salary and given back to you as reimbursement. So you get saved tax also. And this happens only if you have a company car lease policy, not generally. It can't happen to 100% official car. It can't happen to 100% personal car. It has to happen only through look at the benefit. So if you add this, boom, the benefit goes way high. So this is what an operating lease is. How much all of you have understood this? Great, thank you. We'll sure we'll meet you after this. Yeah, so this is what happens, right? So I think I'm not run as per the slides, so I've spoken all of it, so I'll just keep it for a minute for all of you. Perks car for the seniors, tool for trade, employee cars, like a few cars, like you'll see Hilti as an organization. You have those red cars which run with Hilti, they come and do all the technical work in your home. So all those red cars are leased by us. We deliver about 600-700 cars a year to them. So that comes into 2-4 trade. The Amazon comes into 2-4 trade, right? So employee cars is the largest business for us globally. If you see anybody, I'm sure you will have your friends and relatives, colleagues there. They never say that they've gone to a bank to take a loan to buy their car, right? They say I'm driving or using an X car, which they keep changing. So the only way the car lease is advertised is, let's say there's a Mini Cooper, and they say 375 pounds. You drive a Mini Cooper, all inclusive, that's it. You just have to decide on 375 pounds. And at the end of the tenure, you go back to the same dealer, park this car. There's another poster maybe 500 pounds, you drive a BMW 5 Series, you take the BMW 5 Series and go. It's as simple as that. Right, so yeah, I have a minute to go. And this is where it is. So our paperwork, our overall administrative work is very simple, it's very easy. The exit options, this is a very, very important thing. Now what happens if an employee has to exit in between? Normally, had it been a traditional car lease, he would have had to settle the huge sum of amount that he has to pay to the leasing company, and then that really disappoints him. Then there's a little of a downgraph in the emotions, so we have to deal with it. So here, we transfer the lease to his personal name. So he doesn't have to actually deal with the termination amount. There's no huge termination amount, right? So this is the way it works. So it's a very hassle exit free. And we also have a product where if you say, I will give it to 2,000 employees, but I'm a little scared because you don't know where these cars are going around. Pata nahi kidhar jaake kaun kya thokega, and then police coming to my office. Okay, we will register the car in his personal name. It's allowed. That's called as novated lease. You can register the vehicle in the name of the employee and his residential address, and you will not even know if there is a parking chit or hit and run case, anything. You are indemnified completely from the legal hassles. It's rest with the employee completely. So when he, let's say for example, for some reason he leaves, he relocates, he has to be transferred, you can transfer it to his personal name and let the lease go. And we stop billing you, we start billing him. This is how it works. So no legal hassles. The only thing you have to do is facilitate this entire program through the organization table to the whole organization. It can be an MD, it can be a new joinee, anybody can get into this car lease. Yeah, so tool for trade, I've talked about it. It can be for your doctors, anybody, because everybody needs a car. So all of you have come through cars, right? Nobody's come by walk here. There, you lock the house, you need to sit in the car. So mobility is like, that's what I said, it's like a glass of water. You need it anytime, anywhere. So you can use it the way you want it. All that you have to do is just call us. Yeah. So, in the interest of time, I got the bell. So this is where it is. I've spoken about all these things. There's no slides that I've skipped. We will send you this presentation as well. And then this is the car that's parked outside. Maybe after this, you can just go around the car. The lease rental for this is 52,000 rupees. I just said this is all inclusive. There's nothing that you have to do. You decide now the car policy, you sign, and you can drive this car out. No down payment. Yeah. This is another car of Volkswagen, 46,000 rupees. Again, all inclusive. That's it. So, thank you. I am open for questions. If I can take just 3 questions, or yeah. Sorry, one question, reduced to one question. Yeah, that goes to the employee only, sir. Yeah, that's what I said. So we register the vehicle in the name of the employee, and it goes off to the employees only. It doesn't even come to you. You don't have to bother about it at all. Yeah. Thank you very much. In the interest of time, hope to meet you all. My team is here. Pavni, Rajesh are here. I think they're from Hyderabad. I'm from Bangalore though. They will surely do the rate. Thank you. We'll try and reach you again later and then talk to you.